Welcome back to Maju Terus
bersama
bersama 80. Halo, perkenalkan nama saya Stefan sebagai host. Nah, bersama dengan teman saya yang luar biasa yaitu
Annabelle.
Hari ini kita akan ada beberapa topik yang akan kita diskusikan bersama. Harapannya buat yang nonton bisa juga ikut berpartisipasi dengar topik yang kita bahas atau bahkan bisa punya pemikiran bareng bersama kita. Let's start with your introductions, Annabelle. Maybe you can tell a bit about yourself.
I will speak in English, okay? Well, I'll try to speak in Indonesian as well. So, nama saya Annabelle dan saya 16 tahun. I come from Australia and I come here today in Indonesia to join Stefan
Yay!
in this podcast.
Hari ini saya akan ambil kesempatan untuk mau tahu juga pemikiran yang Annabelle punya sebagai anak muda zaman now. So I'm gonna start with one questions that we can try to discuss together, Annabelle.
All right.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
All right. So my first questions, belakangan ini banyak perbincangan dan topik tentang generasi muda yang mentalitas strawberry. What do you think about it?
Strawberry mentality means like you look beautiful outside, but inside you're soft, right?
Yes, correct.
So people describe this generation as that.
Yep.
Okay, so what do I think about it?
Yes.
I think a lot of people have a misconception with Gen Z.
Okay.
Stefan think Gen Z itu dari tahun apa ke apa?
From 97 to 2000 something.
Yeah. So Gen Z is from 1997 to 2012.
Okay.
So the oldest is actually 27 years old and the youngest is 12 years old.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So of course, a lot of people must think we have a strawberry mentality because, you know, we don't struggle as much as the older generation, right? Because like Stefan's parents, like born when?
They're born in maybe baby boomer generations or maybe X generation.
Yeah, and that's like what? It was during the time when was there crisis like the
there's crisis.
The what's it called, the financial, when the towers got attacked.
Financial crisis.
Yeah, you know, like when the what do you call it, when America got, you know, the what is it called? Yeah, when the towers got attacked and then everything went down the market, the stock market. Yeah. So during those times, you know, financially everyone was struggling. People were going homeless, losing their jobs. But now our Gen Z era, most people, majority of people have everything. You know, we were born, we were given gadgets when we were young.
Yep.
And you know, we have a house, we have a roof under us, like above us. So that's why we tend to grow up thinking, you know, we have most things. We're not as concerned over, you know, financially and stuff. Of course, as we get older, we do have to be concerned about those things. But for the most part, we don't have that, you know, that worry that old people do. But think about it, Stefan. The older generation, they sacrifice so much because they want the younger generation to live an easier life, right? So of course that's why now we're living an easier life. You know, we're not struggling to just live day by day. You know, most of us are pretty secured, right? But of course, I do think that the generation now needs to remember their roots, you know, to be grateful for those who have sacrificed for us. You know, it's important to stay humble and to remember, you know, like what our parents have done for us. But the older generation can't empathize with how they've lived because we've never experienced it before. You know, a lot of people think, a lot of CEOs now, businesses, they reject Gen Z's like their resumes because they think, oh, you know, you're just playing around, you're not working hard. But then if that's the case, then how will we ever actually work? You know, what if, like, have you heard of the saying where, you know, when you apply for a job, they say you need work experience. But then how can you get work experience when you can't even apply for the job, you know? It's the same thing. why are you rejecting us when you don't even know what what we're capable of, our potential? Um, you know, Jungkook from BTS,
Yes.
he's 1997. He's
Okay.
born in September 1997, September 1. He is considered Gen Z then, because Gen Z is from 1997 to 2012.
Yep.
And a lot of people think that Gen Z are like all really, really young, but really the oldest of us is 12. Yeah, that is quite young. But the majority of us are like around my age, 16, 17, 18. We're almost adults, technically. Those who are below that, like 11 and younger, are Gen Alpha, and they still haven't made like an impact in the world yet. The thing about Gen Z is that what I love about being Gen Z is that we are a combination of millennials and and the boomers generation. A lot of us, like a lot of people think that we're very, the word brain rotted, we're very like we like to make memes and stuff like that, but really all those things have existed even from millennial generation, and we're just simply continuing it. Like example, I don't know, a lot of people, maybe the really younger people may not know, but Vine used to be super popular, but it got discontinued. That was during the millennial era. Maybe a few Gen Zs have maybe been able to use it, but the ones that are older. But like my generation, like back when I was born, I only heard about Vine, but I never got to use the app because it already stopped working. But still, from all of these connections, because Gen Z, we can appreciate older stuff. I like a lot of old music. I know music all the way back from the 80s, the 90s. I feel like people have a lot of misconceptions about Gen Z, like Stefan, when you think of Gen Z, what do you think of people? What kind of characteristics do you think?
Okay. For me, let's say, despite of the young generation have all the access to the internet, they have easier life because their parents already sacrificed for them. But the Gen Z nowadays in Indonesia, with the strawberry mentality, mereka lebih ke arah dibilang mentalitas strawberry karena ketika diberi kerjaan, let's say the company give them the opportunity, but when they work, tidak seperti zaman dulu yang mentalitasnya itu kalau salah mau perbaiki lagi. Like they want to try again. But for Gen Z, okay, I have a lot of options. Kenapa saya harus kerja lagi di sini? Then it becomes a statement or misconceptions that happen nowadays. Like, okay,
they give up easily.
Yeah, they give up easily.
Okay, well, to be honest, I think, of course, context is important. Yeah, like every person is different. And some people like that, ya emang mereka mentalitinya maybe nggak kuat ya, they just give up. But to be honest, yeah, having a lot of options is a good thing. The reason why we are not afraid to maybe quit the job is because we probably know that there are better opportunities out there. Back then, people were confined to one option, to one choice, because they don't have anywhere else to go. They need to worry about money. They need to be, they need to provide for the family. Of course, they will go for anything that is available or can give them as much money as possible. But nowadays, people need to think it in a positive light. Nowadays, since we have more access to things, right? Yeah, maybe we give up on this one thing and we try another. Maybe we give up on that thing, we try another. But the good thing is the opportunity. Example, if you ask a Gen Z what is their priority, maybe it may not be money, but it be experience, kan?
Yeah.
The experience. And I say experience is really important, at least in this time of age. Money, of course, is the most important thing, but when you have money available for you, what do you do with the money? Of course, you're going to use it to go for your passion, for all the different opportunities and pathways to go through. That way, when you finally found the perfect, like the most successful option for you, you become the best at it, the expert at it. A lot of people, example, struggling financially, right? And McDonald's is the only one available for me. Of course, I'm going to work hard in McDonald's because I need the money, right? And then I'll become the employer of McDonald's. I reach the position.
Okay.
Now, if there was somebody else in that same area, but he has a lot of money, they have a lot of money, they'll think, okay, I don't need to work as much here. I'll just gain the experience. I just need the skill. Then they go to a different job. They go to, maybe they work at a pharmacist. In a pharmacist, they maybe have different skills, and then they do a different job. They gain another skills. They learn skills, how to be cooperative, how to talk to customers, how to check, like the counter, how to check money. And with all of these skills combined, when they finally land a job that they're most suited for, they become the best at it because they have all of these skills for them at their disposal. So right now, Gen Z, they're at a period where money, because we have money, right? Like, of course, not everyone has money, but majority of us have money. So now we need to work on our skills, what we want to do, our dream, and then become the best at it.
Oke. Saya ingin perdalam lagi, ya, termasuk dengan Gen Z. Most of Gen Z in Indonesia, we have parents like maybe some in millennial, maybe in baby boomer or Gen X. Banyak orang tua berpikir, ya kalau misalnya kamu mau punya pengalaman, harus bisa kuasain satu. Nah, jadi banyak anak muda yang berpikir bahwa, oke, saya harus coba satu. Oke, ketika coba satu, dia merasakan banyak ada kritik, saran yang diberikan ke mereka. Dan ketika proses itu terjadi, banyak nggak bisa terima, Abel. Like, I think this is not for me. And suddenly, when they talk to their parents or talk to their friends, most of them will tell, just try another. Then it becomes a habit, like keep changing without mastering anything. After that, the problem becomes
it just becomes part of their character.
Yeah.
Becomes their, yeah.
It becomes a bad habit.
Yeah. So then every time they reach a minor inconvenience, then they just give up.
Yes, that's the mentality, strawberry mentality.
See, that strawberry mentality doesn't necessarily apply to every Gen Z, but I'd say that is a mentality that must not be, it shouldn't be a thing. Like, as in, yeah, I do think as a Gen Z myself, I do see that type of personality, that type of mindset in most generations. But that's something that it's difficult to talk about because it's something that's more personal, more to characteristic. You have to develop that sort of resistance on your own. And honestly, the best way is, at least for me personally, is that I too have that sort of mentality a bit. Whenever things get tough, I do tend to, I want to give up. I want to, like, I can't do this. It's too hard. But that's where my family comes in. They play an important part.
Okay.
They never tell me to give up. Instead, they tell me to do my best. And they support me. They say, you can be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. But the thing is, at least you need to try your best in that choice, that path you pick. You need to be the best that you can. And because of that, I start, being self-aware. I start thinking, yeah, if I keep on running away, where will I ever end up in life?
Yeah.
I need to choose. I need to stick to a path and stay with it. I need to, I need to push through. So this is something, that's why it's really important to have a very supportive and positive environment.
Yeah, I agree.
It's okay to fail. It's okay to fall. Just, but you need to get back up again. Most people, the one that has the strawberry mentality, you need to consider their environment, how they grew up, how they were brought. Do their parents encourage them to give up, or do their parents encourage them to continue, to let them know that it's okay to fail, but they need to push through? There's a difference. There's a very thin difference between parents who say, oh yeah, just do whatever, like to keep on going, or there's also parents who say that, child, you can do it. Of course, if you really think this does not work out for you, you still have many options. But first, you need to struggle in this pathway first. really see if you really think that, you know, that you can face all these critics, all these hate and stuff. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna face criticism everywhere you go.
Yep.
That doesn't apply to just job, but life as well, to social parties, to friends, to families. You will face all of that. If that strawberry mentality slowly grows to become part of your whole personality, then you're not living anymore at that point. You're gonna be scared of everything around you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we call it manja in Indonesia. Jadi
Manja.
manja,
Spoiled.
spoiled.
Spoiled is a different thing.
Okay.
Yeah, being spoiled just means that you're not grateful for most of the things. You're just used to people giving you whatever you want, and when you don't get it, you get upset. And of course, that's why those people who are spoiled, some people may say that they can't live on their own. But really, I mean, technically, if they want to, they can. It's just they just have been used to the life of luxury, But those with a weak mentality, you know, they could be given everything, and they could still be a coward. They could live a life of luxury, but if somebody just tells them no, they'll immediately be a coward.
Yeah.
At least somebody who's spoiled is still able to demand things. They're still like, I want that, I want this, you don't give me this, blah blah blah. But those who have a weak mentality, if somebody says you can't have that, they immediately like back away. They just scared. Yeah. And that's not, that's a lot of things I noticed that this generation does struggle with.
Okay, to end these first questions,
Yeah.
let's say good environment creates more better young generations.
I
Right,
believe in nurture versus nature.
Yep.
Nurture.
So how about the young generations with the bad environments?
There's two types of outcomes that can come with that.
Yeah.
One, they will fail. They will be shaped by the environment and become somebody really vengeful, either very scared, unable to stand for themselves, or become very closed off and, like a dog who's cornered.
Yeah.
They'll attack anything, they become more aggressive. And then there are those who use that pain, that that horrible environment to shape them into become a stronger person. It really depends on the person. You can't really say who's going to be like that, who's going to be like that. Some people, they will become hard like stone.
Yeah.
They will be able to go through it, but at the end of the day, they will still have a lot of scars, a lot of emotional turmoil. They won't exactly be like a fully happy person, until they eventually reach their peace, eventually have come to the point in their life where they find happiness with themselves. And then there are those who will drown and will die. And usually those people, all sort of things happen to them. Either they get taken advantage of people, they don't know who they are,
Yes.
they turn to dark things, and eventually some commit. Yeah, always feel insecure. So it really depends on the person. You can't exactly predict what will happen.
Yeah, let's say people have a choice.
Mhm.
So let's say for the good environment, they already know what to do,
Mhm.
right? Because they have a good support system. Now, how about the people that you say already get the bad environment?
I think it all comes down to what they truly desire down here. I mean, at the end of the day, humans, we tend to lean more to the more sinful side. We tend to, our baser instincts are to greed, envy, lust. But it really depends on what they truly desire. Some people, they desire money. They want to find a way to get rich fast. They will go find ways to be successful, to be rich. There are some people who just want love. They want to have a family, to be loved, to have a partner. Then they will go find somebody, find places, to date and stuff. It really depends on what drives them. But if their drive is strong enough to push them to do these things, then they will be able to accomplish them. It really depends on their will, I think. If those people who have a really bad system in their life, I think what they need first is to be able to find a place they can secure. Like, like what's an example of a bad environment? Maybe horrible school life, bullying, maybe family, like parents fighting a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. So first they need to think, first what is my future? What do I want to do? What do I want to be? Do I want to escape this family? Do I want to escape this reputation in high school? Do I want to stop being the victim? From there, after they've concluded what they really want,
Yeah.
they now need to take the first step. Okay, what do I need to do in order to take this first step? Do I need to seek a job to get money? Do I need to find a community? Things like that. Life is a really long journey, and you're bound to fail. You're bound to get misdirected, lose your path. But at the end of the day, as long as you know what your goal is, you stay true to your goal, you focus on your goal. That's the most important thing. People can have so many options, so many passions, and you are allowed to do whatever you want to do. But to be successful, the formula is always the same. You always have to stay focused on the one thing you want to do and make it 100%. You have to give it your all. So it's the same thing with, example, I hear so many people who want to be professional gamers.
Yeah.
But then when they play the game, they don't actually train to be professional. They just use it as an excuse to play more games. See, there are actual people who actually want to be professional gamers, and to do that, they also have their own training.
Yeah.
They actually train every day with their team. They work on strategies. They train their fingers. That is a real task. It's not just, oh, you're just playing games. No, they actually are training to go into that league, to be an expert in that thing. And you can be successful in that thing if you give it your all, you do your best. So and a lot of kids, I also know, even myself, I know a lot of people, not just Gen Z, but people in general, they tend to search so many different things. Like, they go to different seminars, they go to different professors' advices, they search on YouTube and stuff, how to do this, how to do that. But really, all it comes down is to the willingness. Do you really want to do it? You can get all the advice from the people around the world, but if you don't even have the willingness to even start it, then there's no point.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give an example of myself. Yeah, at school, when I have to do biology, study for biology, I go to these online seminars to watch, and to get the information, the notes and stuff to help me with my biology, right? But actually, really, I just attend the videos. I mean, I attend the seminar, but then I don't even pay attention fully 100%. I just listen, and then once, and then I never check the recording again to help me with my biology. See, it's the same thing. People can watch all of these things. They can think, oh, I'm doing this to help me figure out what I need to do. But really, they will never be able to fully understand what they need to do if they never take the initiative. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree
Yeah.
with all the points that you already
Yeah.
giving me. So to wrap it for the first questions, apakah Abel setuju? Strawberry mentality itu memang bawaan dari lahir, like a character, or maybe it's just the
I
person
think
itself?
maybe there are some people out there who might have been born with a more timid personality, more introverted personality, but it doesn't mean that is them. Their characteristic doesn't need to define them. They can grow out of it. Really, I believe in nurture versus nature. I believe in nurture. I think that it's really the environment around them, who teaches them these principles, who teaches them to have a stronger, more stronger personality and stuff. And I think the strawberry mentality is, of course, it's something that's more visible in Gen Z, but it's not something that comes with Gen Z. Gen Z is not defined with this strawberry personality. The strawberry personality could have existed with even Gen from the millennials and the boomers,
Yeah.
but it's just not as seen due to circumstances of the time, because the circumstance pushed these people to harden themselves. But
Yeah.
if these people were to be born like us, to have all this time, this luxury, a much easier life, I'm sure you will see a bunch of people having the same personality now. Yeah, it's really, it just comes from how you were nurtured, how you were brought up.
Especially the willingness of a person's.
Yeah, like even myself, I've been brought up quite well. I would say I'm brought up in a really nice childhood. I've been taught really strong characteristics. I was taught to never give up and stuff. Even now, as I grew up into an adult, I still have that giving up mindset, at times. There are times when I really want to give up and I just want to be done with everything. But then I tell myself that, I can't live like this. This is not the life I want to live. I need help. And that's when I would seek for my mom, my dad, my family for help. I tell them, I need the support. Please give me the strength to push through. And they do give me the support. And that's why I continue to push through. I went through a really dark moment recently back in Australia. I was struggling with mental health, and I was, spiraling out of control. And I told myself, okay, I need to get it together. Next year is my last year at school. I'm becoming year 12.
Yeah.
I really need to get my life on track because this is an important moment in my life, and I need help. So I told mom everything, and she said, okay, let's do this one step at a time. I'll help you. And so now I'm putting myself back on the track to become successful again, to improve myself 1% every day. So now I'm working on myself, like mental health. I'm working on my body. I'm trying to lose weight, to fix my skin, my hair, everything. And I'm also trying to push myself in academics. I want to be more engaging in my studying, have a good social life, keep up with friends, and soon enough, I hope to reach my dreams.
Yes. Thank you, Annabelle, for your insights. So
Thank
let's
you.
have a break and we're gonna continue for the second question.
Yeah.
Thank you.